And hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome on this beautiful, sunny day. As you guys are coming in to watch us play D&D once again. Thank you for that. I also have to apologise for Lewisham Council, and I decided to do my road today. So, so if we hear any cars in Waterdeep, I'm really sorry about that. So cool. So yes, really glad you can come and join us today. We've got another school episode, which is always fun. I'm always a big fan of school episodes. I hope everyone's had a great week. I know that I enjoyed watching some D&Ds today, this week. So watching John Cooper over with the Funhouse, Happy Jack's Funhouse was great on Wednesday. I think that they are maybe getting their last one on Wednesday, I think. Maybe.
Really?
But I really enjoyed that. So do make sure you drop in and watch that. Happy Jack's Funhouse with John Cooper and the gang at 7 till 10 right here on Facebook and on the Twitch. Cool. So let's just have a quick look, see how everyone's been doing this week. So Evie, how's your week been?
Oh, it's all right, thank you, Jay. What have I done? I've done a lot of running. I've started running now.
Oh.
Just around. No purpose behind it, just for fun, really. That's been good. And yesterday, my mum
Running for fun.
Running for fun, yeah. My mum lost her engagement ring yesterday, which has been, I think, for like 39 years.
Oh, Jesus.
And it went down a drain, like a drain.
Oh,
And
no.
so we had like a really fun family event and trying to get in the drain to get it. And we tried all of my ideas, by the way, they completely poo-pooed. I came out with a stick with like loads of sellotape on the end, like, let's shove this like that. And it wasn't happening. Anyway, today our mate across the road, the plumber, came over with his apprentice, and they literally basically dug everything up, and they managed to find it. Honestly, it was like, yay!
That is great news.
That was a little happy little moment.
Did you kind of sit back with your arms crossed, being like, it's not as good as a sellotape stick, but whatever?
I still think it would have worked. You never know. But yeah,
Never
so
know.
that's my weekday.
Nice. Good. Gabby, how's your week been?
I've been drastically trying to think. I don't know running, but eating.
Yes.
For fun.
For eating for fun, yeah. Is there any other type of eating? Yeah, and I actually ran. I didn't run. What am I talking about? I walked to Finsbury Park today to get some free plays from a company that are moving their house. So I went and like masked up and gloved up, went and got some plays. So I'm excited to look at them on my bookshelf and avoid reading them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. So Rob, how have you been?
I've been good, thank you. I've upgraded my microphone system, so hopefully it sounds a bit nicer now instead of the scratchy on my mic thing here. Yeah, nothing new. Delighted the sun's back. Going to try and work on my my Irish skin tan and wait for the next time we play D&D.
Very nice. And of course, Dan, how you been, Dan?
I've been good, thank you. Yeah, enjoying the fact that the sun's back. Although it's always nice on Monday.
It is always
Okay,
nice on
Sunday's
Monday.
Always out.
Vitamin D&D.
So, vitamin D. Oh yeah. Yeah. I feel like I'm just recycling what I said last week now. But I've been not enjoying the sun. I've been locked in the dark doing lots of editing. So hopefully, you might have a few little things that we can share soon.
Yeah, so no, he has been very busy. He keeps sending us stuff in the middle of the night.
And making us cry.
And making us cry. But also, Dad did do
sounds really dodgy.
Did do our little intro video today. So I really hope you enjoyed that. So yeah, I really enjoyed the little ident. So thank you for bringing that in, Dan.
No worries. No worries.
Yeah, I've had a great week. I went and did a social distance visit with Mr. Neil Connolly on Saturday for his birthday. That was really lovely. Really good
Neil
to see
Liam
him.
Neeson Connolly. Because it doesn't
I
matter
will
what
find
character he
you.
plays. He always does an Irish accent, whether he's supposed to be English, American.
That is so true. I hadn't thought of that.
And yeah, so that's been really nice. I bought a new camera, but it's really, really bright, so it looks as if my whole face is washed out. Which hey,
You look golden.
I mean,
you're glowing,
I am
Jack.
golden. I am gloating. Yeah.
Oh, I've
Shut
got
up,
to tell you all
Jared.
something. I played another game of D&D with my friend.
Right, she's out.
Right, let's stop the stream.
I did a one-shot.
What did you play? Who did you play?
I did a one-shot. I played an elf that I based on Justin.
Oh,
Yeah, an elf rogue, and I was almost delighted in the fact that they didn't get one hit the whole game. Honestly, like the Justin takeoff, I rolled, and my rolls were like 3s and 4s. Even as a rogue, didn't get anything.
wow.
But did you have fun? Who was running it?
My friend Sergio, who is this amazing Peruvian director and performer. It was for a project that he's hopefully going to do. So he might actually be watching today, him and his team that he plays with.
Mhm.
I was telling them about this, so hopefully they'll come and watch today.
Right.
But yeah, it was good, but it's not fun being a Justin Elf. It's way better being a UNT with you guys.
Yeah.
All right, nice. So last week we had a really horrible moment actually last week where poor Tunk got a little bit spangled.
Put your hand in holes, kids.
Don't put your hands in holes. Never take the herbs and stuff that your mates give you. Ever.
No.
Say no.
Just say no. So, so he ended up having a big hallucination, believing that his best friends, his only friends, hated him, and ran off into the corridor, where he saw a few dark things. What did he see, Rob?
He saw visions of teachers in black hoods disappearing into the walls. He saw the body of Domo laid out on some sort of slab as they screamed at him and said, "What are you doing? And how could you be here?" And then he got visions of his father saying he wasn't proud of him and that he was worthless and useless. And then he woke up in groundskeeper Grack's prize-winning flower bed the next morning. And then magically forgot all of that information when he met the matron.
Matron, Sister Pastine.
Mm.
He wiped his memory of everything that happened. And of course, we also last week we had stealth class with Sir Adam Prize, which was great, and Oshi did very, very well, getting a bell out of a cage. So that was good. And we also had zoology with Madame Faerun, I think it is, isn't it? Or Faerun?
Failar.
Failar. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys, for doing my job for me. Really appreciate it. And you've all got a creature.
Yeah.
That's right, isn't it?
Oh,
Some of us are
well,
up on
Oshi
a
hasn't
creature's
got
level.
hers.
Yes, somebody has lost their creature that they don't even know what it is. They just lost it. So I think what we'll do is when we go in first time, we'll do our first nature and do some learning about our creatures.
Oh shit!
Great.
But what I'm going to do with Oshi is you're going to do a survival check to see if you can start tracking yours.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Okay, so let's play some D and D.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. Okay, so for those, so let's have a look. So Tunk, tell me about your creature. So what have you got?
So my creature very much looks like a hand. It is a crawling claw, which is previously from the corpse of some sort of bad person, a murderer, or a thief or something that's been animated by dark magic.
Yeah.
So that it can go and kill I mean, it's been given a bad rap, I'm fairly sure, because this hand seems to be becoming fast friends with Tunk.
Well, you know, everyone's friends with Tunk at some point, aren't they, really?
At some point, yeah. Yeah. But we learned last week, don't squeeze Tunk's hand, because he'll crush your bones.
Mm-hmm. But we did find out he knows how to play, what did you call it?
Stone, parchment, sword.
Yeah. And beats Tunk every time. So let's do a little nature. I think it was a nature check today, wasn't it?
Okie dokie.
Let's have a look. Yes, nature check.
Right, nature check for today is.
Oh!
So close to a 10.
So you don't. Oh no, but it is with advantage, isn't it? Because you get advantage on that one today, and you still managed to fail that one.
-1.
So your hand today only does 2 gestures.
Okay.
I'll be there.
And pretty much because it's going, why do you not know more about me? It's
Well,
like,
so it disappeared. It disappeared when Tunk had to run off, so
exactly. Yeah,
it
yeah.
probably feels abandoned slightly.
I think we find the claw on your pillow when you get back.
Probably.
Yeah. And sleep like maybe it's a little pee on your pillow.
Where does it feed from?
Yeah.
No.
Because you only rolled a 9, so it's
Exactly.
Strong smelly urine.
Okay. Then we have. Oh, hang on. Sorry, guys. My apologies. I just realised I'm not on the chat. So nobody in the. There we go. So 9 and the 0, just so everybody was watching, because we didn't actually have the full screen when we do that. Okay. So let's have a look at Pups. Do you want to do a nature? See if we know anything more about your creature.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh!
That's
Okie dokie. So here we are with your Macronoid Sprout.
Yes.
Yep, so let's find out some more info about this bad boy. Okay. So happy that's happened.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not bothered.
So, most importantly is finding out about what type of creature it is, because that's been your assignment, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. So, Myconod Sprout is, so they are essentially very, very intelligent fungus. So their type is, they are a plant. Their size is small, so that's why they're fairly about the same size as you, Pups.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a few more bits actually after this for this Nat 20. So big thing is is that they have this thing called distress spores. So when a myconoid takes damage, all other myconoids within 240 feet of it feel pain.
Ooh.
It also,
That's empathy.
yeah, it's hyper intelligent. Well, I mean, hyper intelligent. It's just an intelligent plant. And finally, it doesn't like sunlight at all. So in sunlight, the myconoid has disadvantage on ability checks, attack rolls, and saving throws. Obviously, you would say that in the class, but it doesn't like the sun.
Mm-hmm.
It will also die if it's in direct sunlight for an hour.
Oh God.
So that's, I think Pup definitely know that part of it
Mm-hmm.
from that role. I'm not giving you anything else to say then.
For 1 hour, did you say?
Yeah, if it's out in the sun for 1 hour, it will die.
Okay.
Great. Okay, so let's have a look at Baggy.
Well, all Baggy knows about her creature is that she's got a snout and it's got wings, and she really, really, really wants to know more about it. Shall I do nature?
Yes, please.
Let's go for it. Oh. Oh. 12.
So it's still called, was it Pig Fairy is what you call
It
it,
was a
wasn't it?
big fairy, yeah.
Right.
I think it's still a big fairy.
I think it's still a Pig Fairy too.
Ah.
Okay, so I'm doing everybody. I just want to check with everybody who's watching. I hope the sound is okay with everyone. But just making sure that we're not skipping too much. I know that we've got lots of things happening in the chat today, so I'm going to try and get rid of that for us and see if that helps us out a bit. Okay, so yeah, so you still don't know what it is. Ain't got a clue.
No clue.
No clue.
Still a big fairy.
Still a big fairy. Yeah. Okay, so let's finally do a check with Oshi.
Survival check 19.
Great.
Ooh.
So, you from before you saw that it wandered into a hole. I think doing a little bit of investigating around, you think that it would try and go towards food sources.
Thank you.
Okay. So if we get an opportunity to jump into some kitchens and stuff, maybe you'll see it. I'd also say keep it. I think I want you to always keep an eye out for it. So whenever you go into a room, just shout. I might do a perception check and see if I can see it.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Okay, cool. All right. So so you wake up in the morning and Punk's bed is empty, and all that's on there is a hand with a bone sticking out of it, peeing on it somehow. And you kind of open your eyes. The sun is sort of shining through the window. I think, Pups, you can feel something in the bed sheets with you, but under the bed sheet, not out in the sunlight.
I just sort of lift up the bed sheet.
And you've got these two like eyes like, looking at you through the darkness.
I just make the same face back and sort of like go nose to nose up.
And it goes to its internal diary. It seems as they're attempting to communicate with me today. However, its primitive language skills is difficult for me to understand. However, I found that their beds are very comfortable. And it kind of moves on. You put it down and you have a look under. Tunk's usually at the bottom, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you kind of look underneath and you see that Tunk's bed is made, but no one's. He doesn't look like he's slept in it.
Can I look around to see if he's got belongings there still? If like he's got his little his carvings are there? He hasn't been like taken away.
Yeah, they're all there. Everything is there.
I'll go up to the hand and just say, "Where's Tunk?"
Okay, can you do an animal handling for me?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
11.
An 11. It kind of like it sits on its back legs and kind of like uses its middle finger as like a head and looks at you and then lies back down onto the pillow.
And was he pointing in a particular direction? Were they pointing in a particular direction up at the sky?
I mean, you look up there, but you don't really see anything up there. But
Okay.
Tunk suddenly great at stealth.
and then the yes, it doesn't. It does go back to sleep again.
Okay. I'm gonna go and wake up Oshi and Baggi. I'm gonna go up to the bed and just start like playing drums on the frame, like rain.
Yes, Pups.
Tunk's not here. Where's Tunk? Anyone see him?
probably snuck off somewhere.
When have you? The Tunk doesn't sneak. Tunk's very loud.
That's true.
Come on, we gotta go find Tunk. Come on. Let's go find Tunk. Let's go find Tunk. Let's go find Tunk. Let's go find Tunk. Come on.
Hey, look, on to breakfast.
And then let's go to breakfast. Come on, let's go to breakfast. Let's go get Tunk.
Okay. Read books.
What books?
We'll go straight to class. Come on, get everything you need for school.
Okay. And rushes, double quick time, grabs everything. Really wants to go and find Tunk.
I think Oshi goes back to sleep for a bit.
I was gonna say, Baggy does definitely go to bother him, but before she does that, she's probably gonna check on her creature. Which I think is probably tucked at the end of her bed, like, and covered it, maybe? Almost like, because it's got wings, hasn't it? It's like wings. Maybe it's like, I don't know, almost like a butterfly, like a moth. I'm going to cover it up. And then she sort of pulls it back and goes, hello? And so she just goes, ugh, and covers it again, and then goes after Pups.
Do you take it with you, or do you leave it there?
She probably takes it with her, actually.
Yeah, she pops it
Seeing
in
what
your
happened
bag.
with Osties. Yeah, she scoops it up.
Great.
If Oshi's asleep, I'm gonna pick up Tunk's hand, and just put it, just drop it on her face, and then take my little squishy head and go to breakfast.
Thanks.
And now Washi has some deep-rooted trauma around spiders and hands. She thinks it's a spider, flips it off, and then she's like, okay, no, sorry. Gets out of bed, grabs her bag, sees the empty cage, and just kind of kicks it back into the corner and follows Feelers down to breakfast.
So as you kind of leave this, and you see kind of go out, you see this little creature kind of then go into the cage, lie down for a bit.
It's sassy creature.
Shit.
So you go to breakfast and you see Tunk sat at the table, holding a wooden spoon with a bowl of porridge.
Hello, friends.
Tunk!
Doggy.
Pup just goes and gives him a big hug. Maybe just wrap his leg.
Yeah, and as you feel the hug, you feel another hand. That's your hand, is so gripping onto your shoulder, giving you a third hand hug.
Hello.
What happened? Like you ran away crying so that we weren't friends anymore.
What?
Your friend Tunk.
Of course Tunk is your friend. What are you talking about? We went to sleep yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Tunk remembers. Tunk got chocolate and Tunk went to sleep.
Who did you get chocolate off?
The matron or the chef. Somebody gave chocolate to Tunk.
When?
Yesterday, before we went to sleep.
I don't think you came to sleep. You weren't there this morning.
Tunk thinks he was.
Where did you come from before you came to breakfast this morning?
I don't know. Tunk just remembers going to sleep and then having the chocolate and then going to breakfast.
Hang on. Why? Why did he give you chocolate?
Because people like Tunk. Does Tunk not deserve chocolate?
Is your hand okay?
Well,
Have you got any more chocolate?
No, Tunk ate all the chocolate. But Tunk's hand is fine. Why would Tunk's hand not be fine?
Because it got you broke it. You put your hand in the hole in it, and it made a big snap.
Tunk would never put his hand in a hole, Doggy.
But we were there, Tunk, and then you ran away, and then I'm really confused.
So am I. Maybe you'll eat some porridge.
Is it okay? Is it? It's not too hot, is it?
Nope, it's lovely and cold.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go and get porridge.
Yeah. Shall we come? You stay here. We'll be back in a minute.
Tunk will look after the seats for you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
That's okay.
And Oshi scurries to the line with Pups and Baggy following. When did he get chocolate from?
I don't know. I didn't think we were allowed chocolate.
What happened to his hand?
Yeah, it was still broken before we all went to bed. So why doesn't he remember? He doesn't even remember putting his hand in the hole.
Maybe they made it so one time when I like really badly like bumped my head, I got given like a paste, and it was like really strong, and I was like really groggy and like kept falling over, and it was maybe it was just like a really strong medicine that's made him lose his brain, lose his memory.
Maybe, or maybe chocolate. Maybe the chocolate did it.
Maybe
Did chocolate do that? I don't know.
never had chocolate.
Me neither. I wish you still had some left.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's so nice.
Maybe we should try and find some chocolate. Maybe if we all pretend that we're sick and we've hurt ourselves, then we'll get chocolate.
I need to find that thing, don't I?
Find what?
That octopus thing with the tentacles.
Oh, your pet, yeah. Oh no. Teacher's gonna be so mad with you.
I reckon I'm gonna look in the kitchen.
Okay. Do you want us to like make a noise so they don't see?
I think I'm just gonna ask. Do you want to come with me?
Okay.
Okay. So as they've been talking, I guess they've got further and further down the queue.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so you've got to. Right, I'm just going to assume that you guys. Sorry, a sec.
And Oshi looks to Baggy and says, do you think Matron would have sorted Tunk's hand out?
Well, maybe she found him in the middle of the night, did something. I mean, she's the only one I know who can fix it. I suppose it's good that it's fixed. Actually, because I was the one that broke it in the first place.
Yeah, well, he forgives you, sir. I suppose it was your fault, but he forgives you. It's okay. And Pups, did you see where he ran away to?
No, he just ran straight down the corridor. I tried to chase him, but he was gone. He's really fast.
Is he?
Yeah, at that time he was.
He did go really fast. I've never seen him run that fast. Not even when he was looking for his sheep.
Maybe he was drunk. I've seen people be drunk and do weird stuff and not be able to remember things.
Drunk Tunk.
Is that like a really strong medicine, like the paste I had?
Yeah, you know the pub the tavern?
Yeah.
It's like you go into there and then you get drunk. Like people walk into places like that and get drunk. I'm surprised we all haven't been drunk while we've been in there.
Maybe we were. I don't
Maybe
know.
we should try next time.
Yeah.
Maybe we should, yeah.
We could do the challenge. Bucket, 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 bucket.
Yeah, and then
My pocket's as big as you, Pups. You'd be so drunk.
I don't care. That's fine. I'll be super drunk.
Okay. I wonder how it feels.
Yeah.
I've seen people like this.
Yeah, floppy. Maybe you lose all your bones, you get drunk and you lose your bones, and then they regrow, and that's why Tunk's hand's okay, because he got drunk, lost all his bones, and then they came back and now they're okay.
So from behind you at the table that Tunk was sitting, you just hear him go, oh no, as you see the hand has urinated again on the table. He's just trying to like kind of use his hand and brush it off the table. Going, silly hand.
So good. So so I think. Oh, great, cool. So we kind of find that you guys finish kind of breakfasts, and you see Matron sort of watching you guys. She usually watches breakfast, and she sees Tunk, and she kind of comes over to Mr. Tunk, how are you this morning?
Very good, thank you, Sister Bastine.
Good. How's your hand?
My hand is fine. People keep asking how's my hand. You mean this hand? This hand just peed on the table, I'm afraid.
I see. And she's like, and you see that she is actually looking at your crawling crawl. And she's just like, there we are. See, I see that you've have you learned anything else about this wonderful creature?
Yeah, it could do a new thing with its fingers, and then it just goes like that to her.
I see. Did you teach it that, Tunk?
No, I don't think so. I don't know what this means, but then he starts to do it with two hands as the other hand's doing it.
Just maybe don't do that to Professor Silver when you go see them for Arcana class this morning.
Okay, thank you, Sister Pasty.
No worries. Now,
Did you give me chocolate?
of course I gave you chocolate.
Oh, thank you very much. It was really tasty.
You just happened to walk past Matron this morning and you looked as if you were hungry.
Yeah. Tunk's always hungry.
Yes. Yes, I think Kurt's probably right now. I think, if anything, the hand is teaching Tunk, not the other way around. Yeah. So, so you kind of go off from breakfast to go to your first class of the day, which is with your favourite teacher, Professor Albus Sibler, the Arcana and Magic teacher, who I think Pups has got a bit of a fear of at the moment. So you make your way into this kind of grand classroom and take a seat in your usual places, which are everybody. There we go. So you guys go to the back and you wait. Everybody waits in silence because they know that Professor Albus can be rather angry in the morning. And then suddenly this red-cloaked gnome wanders in. So let's pop over to here. Let's have a look at what he looks like. So Professor Albus, scary-looking professor. There we go. So he kind of wanders in, and he's just like, settle down. They're already silent. This pencil rolls off the table and lands and clicks to the floor. It's like, when he hits it with a firebolt. Good morning, children. I said settle down. Today, we are going to learn about the schools of magic. Can anybody tell me the school of magic, please?
The Cassalanter Institute for Unfortunate Children.
Mr. Tunk, could you come here, please?
Oh, okay. And he goes to back into his group as he leaves. He goes, hey.
He says, put out your hand.
He does.
And he pulls out a ruler. And he goes, smack onto his hand.
Was that the right answer?
He said, put your hand up, please, Mr. Tunk. Smack! And he hits him again. Now, are you going to go and give me a good answer? Tell me the school of magic.
Fire magic?
And he brings up his ruler. Do you want to do let's do an Arcana from Tunk.
Okay. I can foresee this going incredibly well. Nope. That's the one.
And then the ruler comes down, clang, and it hits you on your hand again.
Can he try and grab the ruler as it hits him this time?
Yeah, absolutely. And he asks one more time. He says, "Tell me a school of magic."
Professor Tunk has given you schools of magic.
I'm going to ask you to do one more Arcana roll.
Okay.
Come on, Tunk.
Yes.
And just as it's about to come down onto his hand, you remember conjuration is a school of magic. And this ruler starts to come down.
Connotation. Conjutation.
He's like, he hovers. What did you say?
Conjuration.
He goes over, puts his ruler away, waves his hand over your hand. How did you feel a little better? Good. I'm glad you remembered the most important school, the greatest school in magic. Conjuration. Now, I'll avoid a take a seat.
Okay.
Conjuration. Can anyone tell me what conjuration is?
This is when
Yes, Mr. Yes, Oshisota.
Is it when you conjure something so something appears in front of you?
Could you be a little more specific?
So if I wanted to conjure a ruler, I would do some conjuration spell, get a ruler to me.
Turn to page 26. And you open your My First Magic School book. And under Conjuration is a chapter on Conjuration, and it just says at the top, making stuff. And Professor Sibler goes, spells involve the transportation of objects and creatures from one location to another. Some spells are there to summon creatures, such as animals or elements or demons. Yes, Oshisota.
So say, just for example, you lost a creature, but then it's gone wandering off. If you did a really good conjuration spell, could you make it come back to you?
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
You would have to have control over that creature. And to know it, and also to know its name is also useful.
Oh. Okay, thank you.
The word of conjuration takes from the weave. Remember, I spoke of the weave last lesson. Anyone tell me about the weave? No. It's like talking to a brick wall to you, and then Justin puts his hand up. It's like, oh, sir, it is the fabric of when the world was made, and it is the fabric of all magic through the entire realms and all the planes. Like, well done, Justin. Yes. Conjuration uses the leftovers. It doesn't touch the weave itself. It is the most gallant, the most user-friendly, the most recyclable magic of them all. Anyone tell me another form of magic? Yes, Mr. Goblin.
illusion.
Very good. Illusion, also known as Joker's magic. And you turn to your page, you see under illusion. Under illusion is tricking stuff. Spells to deceive the senses of the minds of others. Maybe it could be an example of an illusion magic.
Like when you want someone to forget something.
Mr. Goblin, would you please step up here, please?
Oh.
Put out your hand. And he goes towards you. And he says, just as he's about to lift it up, he's going to cast Charm Person on you. He says, you will feel 20 times more pain.
Okay.
And he hits it down with the ruler.
The Pups just like does that thing where like puts his hand between his thighs, like that's gonna help. And just sort of tries
That
not.
is
Right.
enchantment. Also known as Slaver's Magic. Convincing stuff, I believe, is what they call it for children. Enchantment can control the mind. It can also control people to do whatever you want them to. Something to take away free will, which is what makes it one of the most dangerous of magics. Now tell me, what would somebody do here if they could make somebody do something for them? What would it be? Baggy, you have not spoken today. Usually you are the first to put the hand up.
I apologise. I've just been taking notes, Professor. I would like to use enchantment to make people tell the truth. Would that work?
Interesting. There are certain magics that allow this to happen, of course. But yes, you could. You could force them to do so. So, half-orc, you'd be willing to use such magic?
Well, I'd definitely like to try, yes, Professor.
Interesting, coming from the monster bunch at the back. And you just hear this laughing. Today we are going to be looking at abjuration magic. So please turn to page 52. You can turn your pages over and you find abjuration. Protecting stuff. And it's there. It is to create magical barriers, to negate harmful effects, in order to harm trespassers or to banish creatures to other existence. For instance, things like protection from good and evil. Arcane lock is another. Today, we're going to be looking at a small spell called resistance. So you kind of like look down on your page and you see resistance, and they say it's a cantrip. So, I would like you to cast resistance on a friend of yours. So, Oshi, turn to your left. You turn to your left, you see, who do you see next to you? Tunk.
Yeah.
Pups, you know, go with Baggi, and everybody kind of close together. You will now cast resistance on a friend. And it goes over to everybody and drops like a tiny, like, there's a cloak. It's about 1.5 inches high. You will need this. The words that you see in front of you, I'm just going to pop it in the chat and you're going to have to try it and say it correctly.
Oh, gosh.
Okay. Okay, so firstly, let's start with Pups. So Pups and Baggi. So you've got your ability cloak. You can see that it has some elements that you need to do, so some vocal elements, and there is some hand gestures as well. So I want to see your hand gestures that you do, Pups, for resistance, and try and say this word. And then do an arcana check. Okay.
Okay, so Pups is gonna like bring up his hands and like wiggle his fingers like this, and then just suddenly bring them up and go. Also.
Wow. Okay, so that was pretty close to what I've got written down here. So let's do an Arcana check.
Okay.
I'm going to decrease it by 3 because if you said that so well.
Oh.
as you look over at Baggi, and she coughs, and it's like black ink pours out of her mouth and drops some stuff.
Oh no.
Oh.
Maggie. Maggie.
Right. Why did you do that?
I didn't mean to. I thought I didn't think the book says the word in the hands. I thought I did it right. You okay?
Yeah, she uses her little bit of what's it called, cloth wrapped around her arm to just wipe it off. And then she looks at Pups and she's like, right, I think it's my turn, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you go to say the word?
Yeah, and she goes, Hello, Castle!
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna. Okay, cool. So you go to try and cast it, and the thing you forgot to do was the hand gestures. It's not quite right. The gestures are not quite right, and you, the word you said was close, but not quite what I wanted. So you go to kind of give resistance to Pups, and you just see the foil pop up on his hand, and then pop.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Do I touch it or not touch it? Do I squeeze it or not squeeze it?
Pop it.
Pop it. Okay.
And then you squeeze it and you pop it, and as you pop it, about 20 spiders come falling out of it.
Oh my days.
Baggy is absolutely delighted. He starts like trying to grab them and save them and keep them as pets. And like, yes!
Okay.
I'm like, thank you.
So you kind of like pop them in your pocket, and you can see Professor Sibler's like, write down something on a piece of paper. And so we go over to Oshi and Tunk.
Do you want me to go first, Tunk, or you?
I think you should go first, Archie.
Okay. So I'll start with a hand gesture and then say the word, okay?
Okay.
I'm sorry if I'm not very good at this.
That's okay, Archie.
So she starts with hand gesture. Pablo Colso. Pablo Colso.
Okay. Let's do the arcana. I'm gonna add a couple onto that, I think.
A 9.
9. So you go to kind of what you see is instead of actually, I'm gonna roll something. I'm gonna roll a 6. Hang on.
Oh gosh.
Tunk turns into a sheep right now. I will shit my pants.
Okay, I was looking for a 6.
Oh no.
And so you fire over to Tunk, and Tunk, you feel cleverer. So we're going to add 2 to your intelligence score. Okay.
Add 2 to my Arcana roll.
Yeah. So this next Arcana roll, you're going to add 2 to it. Okay.
Tunk, are you okay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe I did it right then.
Thank you, Archie.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Okay.
It's Tunk's turn now.
Okay, we have with me.
Okay. Padlascalo!
That's wrong dice.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
so you add 2 to that, 11. Just roll the dice, have a look. Okay. Yeah, so you say your things, you do finger gestures, and Ashi's fingers go. They get stuck like this.
Yeah, Archie, it's good.
Now, Tunk, in this moment, you cogs start clicking into place for probably the first time in a long time, and you start going, okay, what did I do wrong? And you start rethinking it, and you look down at the word, and you decide to break it up into syllables. And you break it into the message list to just above.
Secret message.
Yeah, whispers.
Whispers are not friendly.
I think, yeah, we haven't had any. It's a shame that Archie is graced with the same neurodiversity as me, so she doesn't want to like how the soundbirds are.
Dyslexics have more fun.
I can't seem to find you on here.
Oh, he's vanished again.
Rob, are you still there? Yes, you are. Okay, good. Okay, I'm just going to put it into our other chats instead. Okay.
Okay. No one else like this.
We go.
It doesn't matter now that
We've all done it.
you've already done it, so I'm giving you a second chance.
Okay.
Because you're clever now.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay. So you give me one more chance. As you kind of realise the hands are all like this, you're like, maybe the word's wrong.
Let's try this again. Padlock Yulso.
Okay, cool. I'm going to take 5 for that roll. You've still got your +2.
Come on. Oh, no.
Take the advantage, Joe. Take the advantage.
Yeah, alright, I'll take the advantage. Okay. As you suddenly sort of like, this like beautiful like blue glitters and lights kind of fly over Oshi, and she kind of goes across her face and down her arms, and her fingers kind of open up a bit, and you feel quite lucky, actually. You feel as if you could do better at anything that you could do better at avoiding anything that comes at you. You feel as if somebody threw a rock, you'd probably be able to jump out of the way. If somebody tried to trick you, you'd probably be able to deal with it. As resistance is cast. So resistance is it's a cantrip. It's one action. Tunk, you're going to learn this cantrip.
Oh my days.
So concentration, so up to a minute. So you touch one willing creature before the spell ends. The target can roll a d4 and add that number to the saving throw of its choice. It can roll a dice before or after the saving throw. The spell ends if you fall unconscious or if you die or you lose concentration. Okay. So they kind of like you see these different activities happening around the classroom. And they said, and it was like, settle down. Everyone shuts up. Who believes they were successful?
Don't put your hand up.
Todd puts up his hand.
And then Justin puts his hand up. It's like, and who are your partners? And Justin's like, oh, Lena was my partner.
I was Tom's partner.
Archie with my partner.
Come to the front. And he goes over and he says, I am going to place a spell. And you are going to avoid it. Yes?
Yes, Professor.
Cool. So, let me think of the spell. What spell should we take? Actually, I might ask the chat. If anybody in the chat wants to tell us what spell we should use, we can go for it.
Summon Elemental.
I'm not going to summon an elemental. This is a school, goddammit.
Oh yeah, but you'll cast multiply by 20 hand smack on a child.
It's still a school for unfortunate children.
That's true.
It's very true.
Let's try that one.
The internal monologue of Tunk right now is that protecting his friends is something that he desperately wants to do. Having seen the professor hurt not only himself but also Doggy, he has set himself the goal of protecting them at all costs.
Is Tunk going to turn into a wizard at the end of all this? Ooh.
Maybe.
Are we still affected by this? Is this still within the 1 minute? So I've still got resistance
Yeah,
on me.
it's still in. Yeah, this is the point. Yeah, it's still got a minute. So he turns around and places you all against, or you and Lena, against the back wall by the chalkboard behind me, and he goes to cast acid splash at you lot.
Flipping heck.
Yeah. So can you do a dexterity saving throw for me, please? And Lena's going to do one as well.
Come on, Ashley.
Oh my Christ, and that's one.
Oh, my days.
Oh dear.
In fact, I won't even find that fucking animal either.
Okay, so he throws this acid splash at you, and Lena is able to jump out of the way in time and not get hurt. You, on the other hand, are going to take some damage. It's 56. So as he kind of like rings his arms together, and he like fires out this green acid towards you. It's already smoking in the air as it kind of goes through. But because of the resistance, you can see it coming. But you kind of become frozen as it lands straight onto your chest. You can feel it beginning to burn as it does 4 damage to you. And you begin to like scream out in pain. It really, 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 really hurts. And then it dies away. Everybody in the classroom is like shocked at this. It's like Albus turns around and goes, "Well, you should have been quicker."
Tunk is pissed and turns to Albus and says, "If you hurt my friends again, teacher, Tunk will hurt you."
And he turns and looks at you. Are you threatening a teacher?
If you hurt my friend again, Professor, Tunk will hurt you.
Wow. He says, "See me after class."
Okay.
And turns to Baggy to like, "Half-orc, will you please take your friend to matron?" As he kind of...
Jason put a big arm around Tunk and leads him out the room. Just says, "You did the right thing."
No, you're leading Oshi out.
Sorry.
I just follow up
I
and
think
like,
I really don't. No, I take Oliver's hand and I take her straight out of the room.
Yeah. So you guys end up going all the way through to matron, and you knock on the door. This grand door that you've been to before. And as you open the door, matron's there like sorting papers and putting them back into things. Yes? What is it? Oh, I see. Arcana with Albus was fun then.
That's a word for it.
Let me guess, he said you didn't jump out of the way in time.
Yeah.
Come here, child. Come here.
Matron, do I get some chocolate as well?
Let's do the thing first.
Mhm.
And she kind of places her hand up, concentrates, and this like beam of light kind of comes through the window, and you can see it around her hand as she kind of just places it towards you, and you feel it kind of begin to heal across. And by the time the blinding light disappears, there is a chocolate there. There you are, being
Thank
such a
you.
brave girl.
Thank you.
Baggy goes, Sister Pastine, could I have some chocolate, maybe two? Because I brought her to you.
Are you
And with a
hurt?
mouthful of chocolate, Oshi leans up to Sister Pastine and says, "She did bring me here with like chocolate like dribbling down her mouth."
That is very true. So come here,
She shuffles forward.
give me your hand. And she takes your finger and breaks it.
Oh my God.
Now, give me your hand. And she puts her hand forward and the light comes through and your finger heals. And it hurts like hell when it clicks back together. And then she gives you a chocolate. You only get a chocolate if you have been healed.
Okay.
Be careful what you wish for, young half-orc. Now,
And
run along.
And
Unless there's anything you
Oshi,
want to do.
can Oshi look for a little creature in here?
Yeah, sure.
There's
Yeah,
food,
do.
there is chocolate.
There's chocolate. Yeah, let's do a perception.
15.
15. Great. So you see something scraggle across the floor just underneath her legs. So Sister Pastine stood there, and this is like this rat creature just in between her legs.
And Oshi says, Oshi's like smirking, like with her thumbs up at Baggy as she sees this thing, and she just says, "Sister, don't," and then just dives through her legs, try to get it.
Okay, so let's do a sleight of hand and see how quick you can be at grabbing it.
Come on.
7.
Oh.
For flip's sake, man, this is going to be the death of me.
Have you upset a family member that works for Roll20, Gabby?
Yeah, I know. Why are they annoyed at me?
So you literally you jump forward and it's gone. It's disappeared. So we go back to, and you kind of realise that it's coming up to lunchtime anyway. So you kind of decide to make your way to lunch anyway. The end of class happens, and Tunk is brought. This sort of stays behind with Professor Sibler. So, you think you can threaten me?
Professor, you hurt Tunk, Doggy, and Oshi today.
I taught you a lesson.
Tunk has been taught that he doesn't like you, Professor.
You don't need to like me, Mr. Tunk.
You don't need to hurt us, Professor.
I'm afraid I do. You see, children's minds are there to be molded. Sometimes you have to beat the clay. Yes?
Professor, if you hurt my friends again, Tunk will hurt you.
Come here.
And he steps forward confidently.
I like your confidence, Mr. Tunk.
Thank you.
I feel there is something within you. Maybe magic is something that could be part of your calling.
Only if it protects people from you, Professor.
So, when we come back to the next lesson, I will punish one of your friends, and you will use an abjuration spell to stop me.
I will stop you, Professor.
I look forward to the duel, Mr. Tunk. You'll find the books in the library, or I wouldn't use your my first magic school book. It was research.
Tunk will.
Now, run along, get your lunch.
And without saying goodbye, he takes his bag and leaves, and slams the door a little bit harder than he should.
Okay, can we do a strength check?
Yeah, fuck yeah. Oh, it's a saving throw. Hold on. Right.
No.
It's a 4.
The door's like shugum, and it shuts behind him, and you walk off like confident, like feeling great about this. So, Tunk, you are going to learn that cantrip resistance. So you've learned that, and you're going to need to do some research over an abjuration spell to sort of try and protect your friends.
Okay.
It's going to be a one-time use.
That's fine.
But yeah, so I think let's make this +2 to Arcana a permanent. So let's give you proficiency in Arcana.
Okay. Nice one.
As the only one to actually do the spell.
Very bad rolls.
Very, very bad rolls, guys. Okay, so yes, we see this great vision of Tunk walk down, and there's a moment of a shadow that sort of changes, and you kind of see like Tunk in a very large hat and a staff with a long grey beard, and then it goes back to Tunk walking down as normal again. As we are going to take a little break there before we go into the afternoon's lesson. So that was nice and fun. Well done, guys. Learned a bit of magic. Hopefully learned a little bit about what magic is as well, which is good.
Yeah, that's good.
So we'll take about 5 minutes, and we'll see you guys in a bit. Bye.
In a bit.